Move over, Marvel. Who cares about Endgame when we have the perfect game? So we start this episode with a Connie making a joke that the translation just didn't nail it. All right, so so if you pay attention, if you listen, Connie says, which sounds like Eren Yeager. And the idea, as far as I can remember, it was like something like, "Oh, dude, is that one of your houses, Eren?" Because he doesn't know. Connie doesn't know, and he's just making a pun. He's just making a pun because it sounds like he's saying Eren Yeager, and it's number one. It's fucking weird because like the people inside the walls, like, they don't speak Japanese. Now you're making like puns that only work in Japanese. I don't know about that. Very weird. But yeah, like the translations, like talk about eavesdropping. What? Nah, that makes no sense. So in the manga, the official release, Connie, like they try to make it so Connie says something like, it's so forced, but it's like, "Hey man, Eren, how does it feel to have your own roof above your head now again?" It very forced, doesn't flow at all. But eavesdropping makes no sense. But yeah, so what's going on in this scene is that Armin is under incredible pressure because he can't find a solution to the big colossal problem that's walking in really, really, really bad CG, and it's hard to criticize, this Bertold now, because now I know, and like at the time of this recording, it was only rumors. I don't know if it's been confirmed, official statements, but the signs are pointing to it, which is Wit Studio might be done with Attack on Titan, because apparently they're not getting paid. They're not really getting paid. It's more like the big boys and actual studios working on the show are not getting a whole lot, And all of a sudden, I'm a little bit more forgiving for Colossal Titan, Like I'm a little bit more forgiving for the compilation movies that I don't care about. That is not nice. That is not a good thing to do. I think that's really messed up. But I hope that's not the case. But yeah, like all of a sudden, like it makes sense. Like Colossal Titan is a very is very hard to to draw and animate, apparently, and like they're working on so many fucking projects, and probably projects that are actually paying them. They're actually like gaining money, because I've heard that Attack on Titan is actually making them lose some cash and some big boy animators that they could use for their other projects. It's a shame, because I know that there's like talented people that actually love the show, and it's whatever. But yeah, the Colossal Titan looks iffy, of course, and but yeah, they keep switching back and forth between like the 3D model and the 2D high quality drawings, and it is incredibly jarring. But it makes me hopeful for the next few moments, because I know I read the manga. It makes me hopeful, for some like a certain scene. They have to nail it. They have to nail it, and I'm assuming they're not going to use the 3D. I think it's very easily to animate it, but yeah, that makes me happy. But yeah, so another thing is that, oh shit, Bertolt's burning everything, and the Thunder Spear doesn't work. Eren doesn't work, of course. He gets oh man. It was such a shame that it looks so awkward with the animation, but yeah, like he gets thrown into the wall, and he's pretty much done for the episode. So he's resting for now, and Mikasa got hurt. Mikasa, sorry, I keep saying Mikasa for some reason. That's my fake English accent for these videos. I don't know why I say it like that, but that's the way it is. But yeah, she gets hurt. Everyone else doesn't really do a whole lot. Jean and Armin are just arguing about who has to bleed, and like Jean can, think in the moment, but like they need big boy long-term plans, and Armin is not seeing anything. Now, if you pause the episode and you read the information card, you're gonna get a little spoiler. Okay? For some fucking reason, they're giving crucial information that for the viewers in an episode that doesn't touch on the subject of those cards yet. That is strange. I'm not gonna show it. I don't care. Like, if you read it, you know what I'm talking about. But that is a spoiler. That's a fucking spoiler. I'm sorry, because it's information that is discussed by the characters later, not in this episode. It was weird, but yeah, it's not hopeless. This fight against the Colossal. But then you have Reiner showing up, and it's if they have Thunder Spears left, then they can very easily deal with Reiner. Reiner is not a threat. With the Thunder Spears, Reiner is actually not a threat. But Bertolt is a threat. And right now, there are no plans. Armin is not coming up, with some magic plan. There's no water titans to cool him off. There's nothing. So it is a very desperate situation. As far as I know, that is the first chapter. And the next, the second part of the episode is the next chapter, which I think it's called like Nameless Soldier or something. I don't know. That doesn't matter. What matters is, oh boy, Erwin, holy shit, Erwin. Now the thing about Erwin is that, like, throughout his entire life. This is how I interpret it. I might be wrong. If Erwin fans, I would love to argue this with you. Like, again, I'm not making. There's no scripts here. There's no like big research. This is off the top of my head. But Erwin has been a guy that throughout his entire life, there's been guilt and death. Even when he was a young kid, he got his dad killed. He asked a question. We don't know what the question is, but the question led to them questioning, the history of inside the walls. Their history, like, there's flaws, there's contradictions, like what's going on, and led them to assume that, hey man, like, is there like memory manipulation or something? There's some weird stuff going on here. And Aaron talked with other people later about this cool private conversation that he and his dad had in their home, and this is what gets his dad killed. And not Erwin, by the way, which is weird because as far as I know, like, it was heavily implied that the internal police was, like, more than willing to kill kids, too. Like, there was a knife in Astoria's throat. So I don't know why they didn't kill Erwin. I don't know, like, why isn't there, like, any files about Erwin Smith, son of, Teacher Smith, that had some crazy shit to say about our history. Whatever. They let him slide. That is an aspect of the story that I'm like, whatever. But that was his death. That was a death. That was because of him. And he's curious, but he has guilt. And his entire life, I think he wants to prove that his father and he were right in thinking the way they were. And they're getting so close. The government is exposed as being just a bunch of piece of shit assholes. We learn now for a fact that memory manipulation is a thing, and now we have the basement, and with that basement, we might know more about what's going on in the world of Attack on Titan. Like, we might know what's happening. That's where the answers are, because this fucking Grisha asshole came from beyond the walls too. So there's probably information about that. Like, there's the answer to all my problems, to all of my issues, and it's gonna make everything worth it. It's gonna make the death of my father, the struggles that I've had, the people that I've sent to die, it's gonna make everything worth it. The end justifies the means. That's his idea, right? But he wants to be there to see, because it's also curiosity. But, like, unlike what Pixies and Zachary were saying, he cares a little bit about the people that he got killed. You wouldn't see the people behind him. Like, he knows what he's done. He knows what he is, a con artist, sending people to die to convince them that they're doing something so meaningful. And by the way, shouts out to all the background characters from previous seasons. I could be naming all of them, and this video would be goddamn long. Nifa's there, shouts out. Any cute girl, shouts out. But, like, the shot with Levi, where we see not just Squad Levi, and specifically Petra, very cute. You see Farlon and Isabella from the Levi OVAs, okay? Like, if you didn't watch those, jump on that. You should watch the OVAs. And they are in the manga, by the way. Like Isayama was adding those guys in. Like, that's canon. If there's a spin-off OVA to see. Oh, also, Ilse Lagner, you know, the first OVA with the girl that saw the Titan that talked and she was writing stuff and he was calling her Ymir. Okay? Ah, dude, it's really interesting how like a lot of plot lines connect, by the way. But yeah, like she was there in the background too, and yeah, man, that was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. And but yeah, that's the idea about Erwin. Like I think he cares a little bit. He knows what's going on now. So while this is happening, you have the Beast Titan throwing rocks at people, and they're all dying. And goddamn, I really gotta say, like Wits shuts out the smoke effects, like the steam or whatever, like the dust with blood. That looked great. That was like terrifying. They nailed it 100%. Also, Flock. This is his time to shine finally, where Flock just has this big emotional speech where it really is like calling everything like it is. That's his character. Like, he just says what everyone's thinking. He just comes in and he says the real shit. Okay? We're doing a bunch of bullshit for nothing. We die for nothing. Why do we need to take care of horses, all these horses, when, like, most people already fucking died, okay? We don't need, like, there's more horses than people at this point. Dude, like, fuck. I went in here, tried to be a warrior, convinced that I was gonna do something cool, but I'm not. Like, I'm just gonna die. I'm just gonna die a meaningless fucking death. And then Erwin, the con artist, shows up and it's like, hey man, is it meaningless? Are you saying that everyone that died, you know, for this cause, for the Survey Corps, you know, for the military, are their deaths meaningless? I don't think so. Because, like, we are fighting for a cause, right? Like, and even when we die, it's up for the next people to give meaning to our deaths. That's the idea behind that. You know, like you give, the next generation is gonna give meaning to your life, to your sacrifice. You know, like, so goddamn Levi, you better kill that Beast Titan, right? But that's the idea, and it's also that idea that brings this the cycle of more death. You know, we're walking the path of longing and corpses, you know, and we got to make sure that, you know, like, the end justifies the means. We got to make sure that ending comes. We got to make sure that these bodies that are dropping, that it's worth it. It's worth it. When we are at the end game, like, it's going to be worth it, right? It's going to be so worth it. Everything is going to be justified. That's the idea behind that. And if it doesn't happen, shouts out to the voice actors in this episode. Daisuke Ono, I think, is Erwin's voice actor. The guy was amazing. He was having voice cracks when he was yelling. Like, there's times where, like, his voice just gives out, and oh, dude, it's so good. And Flock's voice actor too, like he was nailing it, dude. There's a lot of emotion in his scene, and I really like that. Levi doesn't speak a whole lot, but when he does, it's very meaningful, very powerful. He really cares, and you know, just give up on your dreams and die. Fuck, it's just telling it like it is, man. You're not gonna see the basement. You're not gonna see it. If you have, because Erwin had a plan. Like, he just was hesitating. He was looking at the left. He was like not answering, because the only plan that I have is a plan that's gonna get me killed, because I have to be there to convince people to die. I have to be present. You know, that's how it's gonna, you know, that's how I'm gonna convince people. And because of that, I'm not gonna see the basement. So that's that. There's a sadness to it. And yeah, but that was great. You know, my soldiers rage, my soldiers scream, my soldiers fight, my soldiers. Ah, dude, that is Erwin's greatest moment. I think it's him giving up on his dream because he knows what's more important, and so he makes the plan to gather everyone up, every remaining soldier from the Survey Corps. And by the way, like, most, if not all of those guys are the new recruits. They're not the pro guys. So, and it's just he's just gonna send them to die. The final Susume, the suicide charge. And they just go at Zeke while he's throwing shit. And they just keep going. And they're getting thrown rocks and stuff. A lot of people are dying. And by the end of the episode, you see Erwin. He gets hit too. He's probably going to die. He's not dead yet. He's not in the head or something. But he's mid-death at the very least. If he's not going to get thrown even more stuff. And now we have faces, in those guys. We have Marlowe from the guy from the first episode, from the first season. The Annie was like, hey man, you're like Aaron. I love Marlowe a lot, and he's there. He's there right now. Is he gonna fuck Hitch? Probably not at this point. Can he survive the suicide charge? And Flock is there. This guy that was crying like a little bitch, crying so much, and he's there, even though he's questioning how meaningless it is. Aaron told him like it was too, but like he's there. He has to be. And there was a girl that was puking. I think her name was Sandra. They censored the puking. Guys, come on. Like, she's, like, puking, like, out of frame, like I am right now. And in the manga, you see it clearly. It was beautiful. And, yeah, they censored that. Not cool. But, yeah, while those suicide charging, Levi is using the Titans around Zeke as anchor points. And we see Levi killing one Titan. And that one Titan was, as far as I know, Armin's voice actress. Because, again, like, last episode we had Tetsuno Araki's Titan, the Titan that was eating Marco. That's the anime director, and now we have this Titan, and we're gonna have more. We're gonna have more Titans that look like real people that we know. So yeah, that's a little strange. But let's hope that Levi is successful and he gives meaning to these deaths, because that's how the way it goes. We're just gonna keep sending more bodies to die, hoping that the objective is, complete and there's meaning to their deaths. Just like we hope that basement is gonna justify everything and it's gonna be worth it. Is there anything in this fucking world that is worth all these deaths? Because as far as I know, these are all the Survey Corp members. Like, this is it. I don't remember what the number was, but it's a big number of people that have died and are going to die even more. How many people are still alive? Not a whole lot. And that's the reality of the situation. So that's it. I want to talk about something real quick though. There's the fact that Zeke he said perfect game, and I think in the last episode he said something else too. I can't remember. But he's like, his Japanese voice actor is saying the words perfect game. Like he's speaking in English. Now, I know some stuff about what's going on in Attack on Titan. Why is he speaking in English? It's weird. Is there... I don't know. Speaking in English, perfect game. What? It makes no sense. Like, this is something that never came across to me. Like, cause I'm not reading the manga in Japanese. Is that the way it is in Japanese? Like his dialogue just has like English words thrown in randomly. Is that a thing? I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, that is strange. That is strange to me. I never knew that was a thing. And does that say something about the outside world of Attack on Titan? Maybe. But as a manga reader, I'm like, huh? I'm like, huh? I'm a huh on that one. You get a huh. But yeah, that's it. The next episode is called Hero. Did Nickelback make a song about that? If it did, I'm gonna play that by the end of this video. It's gonna be funny. If I'm misremembering something, I'm gonna look like a goddamn dumbass. But that's it. Hope you liked this video. There's no scripts. I'm just rambling, and this is why it is long and bad. And I'm missing a lot of character beats about Erwin for sure. There's a lot more to talk about. There's so much to talk about, so much to divulge, guys. And I don't have the time. I'm busy. But yeah, that's it. Hope you liked this. Hope you enjoyed it. Watch my actual manga chapter reviews if you're a manga reader. There's a lot of good quality stuff in there. Watch my Attack on Titan discussion videos.
Watch better videos. That's it. I'm done. That's you gotta leave. Stop watching. Fuck.